What is going on, my beautiful people? Dolly back in the house. Okay, if you're joining me today, we're going to be talking about Sebastian Rogers. Well, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers went missing over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years now. February 26th. Well, like 3-4 months, a little over a year and a half. Gone without a trace, vanishes. Hendersonville, Tennessee, Hendersonville, Tennessee. We're going to be talking about that, a little bit about the phone call that was leaked between the PI Heather and the Proudfoots. And we're also going to be talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan, the latest information on the kids that are missing from Nova Scotia. So if you're into true crime, you're in the right place. Okay. But first, I'm going to need a favor from each and every one of you. I'm going to need you to leave your DNA and fingerprints all over the damn like button. Okay. Just in case you go missing in the hills of Tennessee or in the deep woods of Nova Scotia, Dolly's going to take this big ass nose right here and track you down like a bloodhound. Okay. But first, I'm going to need your scent on that like button. Okay. Elbow smash it, drop kick it, head butt it. Just don't lick it. That could spread diseases. And we don't need that. We don't need that. Also, if you're brand new and watching for the first time out there, sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and feel free to share my ugly face everywhere. Okay. With your granny, your pawpaw, your meemaw, all that good shit. Okay. All that good stuff. So before we get going, when we talk about sue happy people, we like to give our warnings just in case I got to battle them with a lawyer in court. Dolly Vision's for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculations, theories mixed with a little bit of comedy, whole lot of chaos. Don't take nothing here as fact. Completely satire, just my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's protected under the Constitution. Also, callers today, if we take calls, their opinions are theirs and theirs alone. Don't do it. Everyone is innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. And the biggest one of them all, of course, by now, y'all should know this. Don't try to be Dolly at home. Light liquors are cool. Okay. Tammy, okay, you may be into that little freaky deaky. I think it's a little too soon. We just started the stream to get into all that. Okay, a little early coming in. You coming in hot, Tammy? You coming in hot? All right. So anyway, earlier we're discussing Sebastian Rogers, and I had to take off, so I didn't get a chance to go over everything. And we were basically talking about the circus that has been created around Sebastian Rogers. It happens a lot on the internet with these cases. We've seen it happen with pretty much Summer Wells. We've seen it happen with Sebastian Rogers. Not so much in the Jack and Lily Sullivan case. It started to turn to a little bit like it was heading that direction, but then it kind of simmered down a little bit, and it didn't turn into a full-blown circus. But Sebastian Rogers did. So did Summer Wells, of course. Summer Wells was one of the biggest circuses on the whole damn internet. Oh my. And it's still going on. I was just watching some stuff just a few minutes ago about Summer Wells. But we're not discussing that here today. We're going to stick with the Sebastian Rogers stuff here today. And, we've seen it turn into a circus. And I mean a big circus where, like Dog the Bounty Hunter was getting involved. All these people that are, some people that were even arrested for fraud and put in prison for years, when they got out of prison, somehow they seemed to get involved in this case. We had bullshit private investigators. We had some real private investigators. So basically we had lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my. Okay. Oh my. And, I went over to start talking about this released phone call from this fake intelligence agency. Okay. Which they're not legitimate. They're totally not legitimate intelligence agency. They may be sleuths. I'll give them sleuths, but intelligence agency, no. Okay. And I wouldn't even say really good sleuths. It's people, I would say how I would describe most of these people involved in this Sebastian Rogers case as clout chasers. You look at most of them, they've already abandoned Sebastian Rogers. Okay. In the last few days, I've made more videos on Sebastian Rogers than they have in the past few months. So, all these people that were screaming they're Sebastian's army, where are they at now? They moved on to the next case and the next case, and they could give two shits less about Sebastian Rogers. But here, this boy's just as important as any other kid. Okay, he needs to be found. If he's with us, he needs to be found. If he's not with us, and I mean deceased, trigger warning, he still needs to be found. And the point of this is it don't have to be a circus, right? The circus can end and people start over fresh. Not enemies, not mad, and put your personalities and your attitudes and your egos to the side and say, hey, the best thing right now is we all come together and try to bring awareness to this kid and try to get him home. And I'm not just talking about us YouTubers, I'm talking about his family. It is the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. And what's the meaning of those things, right? It's about family. It's about spending time with your loved ones, your family. Because in the end of this world, that's really all you got anyway, is your family. So I think some of these people should put their egos, their pride aside. And I know bad things have been said on both sides of the fence. Okay. Both sides. Seth has done some bad. Chris and Katie have did some bad. More Chris, not so much Katie. Katie really don't say anything. We don't really know what Katie's doing. But, I think Chris Proudfoot is the speaker for that family. So, and he hasn't been always the most pleasant, nice person out there. And I guarantee you, he would agree with what I'm saying, that he hasn't. Neither has Seth. Both of these people have done things that probably shouldn't have been done, said things that probably shouldn't have been said. And a lot of this, if they had problems with each other, should have been done behind the scenes and not in the public eye, right? Because all that did was throw fuel on a fire that social media is basically a fire. It's a big ass dumpster fire. And when you have people throwing gasoline on it, the internet eats it up. So I'm hoping in the future that people can put some of the bullshit aside. Let's get back to searching for this kid. It's never too late. I just feel like we're not going to find something that we're not searching for. And it's because of the fighting. The fighting has took priority over Sebastian Rogers. He got lost in the sauce. Okay. We're cooking a big pot of spaghetti over here. And we threw Sebastian in the pot a long time ago, and people done forgot he's in there. But he's the main ingredient. Sebastian Rogers, right? All this other stuff that took place with the lawsuits and putting YouTubers in jail and frivolous lawsuits and trying to take down channels, it took the forefront. And Sebastian slowly got pushed farther and farther back onto the back burner and cut down to basically a simmer, if not turned completely off. So I in a perfect world, I would say, listen, there needs to be some forgiveness all the way around, and let's start over and try to do it right the second time. And for that to happen, you would need a Christmas miracle. You would need family to put all the bullshit aside and come back together. You would need everybody involved to do their best to try to find Sebastian. We can't change the past, right? All we can do is make a better tomorrow. And I hope, and I know that all these people listen to Dolly, right? Seth listens. Chris, Katie, I know they listen. I think this would be the best thing going into a new year is like I said, it got chaotic. It got crazy on all sides. And lot from YouTubers stirring the pot. Okay. I'm a little responsible for stirring the pot every now and then, right? But I know my role in this and I know what needs to happen moving forward. And in the beginning, you kind of got to stir the pot a little bit to try to shake loose any information that you can to get it out there in hopes that it'll find the kid. But listen, this pot is done. It's time to start something new and do it the right way. We may have burnt that pot, right? We may have burnt them some bridges and burn all these things. But listen, it's time to rebuild. It's time to rebuild, refocus, and let's remember what's important. Not us YouTubers or the parents fight with parents or who has a GoFundMe or who's raising money or who's done what this or that. That don't matter. What matters is Sebastian Rogers. Now, if there's any way we can get these people all on the same page and we get some search parties going in 2026 to bring this child home. And the best thing about these searches right now is wintertime is about to hit really hard. A lot of this overbrush, weeds, things like that will be dying. You know, I believe in searching, and I believe the best time to search for somebody is in the wintertime because the grass is not high, the weeds die, a lot of these bushes die, and we're able to see farther in the woods and possibly stumble across something that may have been overgrown in the summertime that we couldn't see. Katie says this child is not within 5 miles of that house. Well, let's start a search 5 miles from the house. This right now, she can say, I know for a fact this kid is not within 5 miles. But can you say the same thing that the kid's not within 10 miles, the kid's not within 15 miles, and the kid's within not 20 miles? I know they think that this kid has been sex trafficked. He is a grown ass man. He is 16 years old. In some states, he's an illegal adult. There ain't nobody sex trafficking an illegal adult. That ain't happening. I know much is that, you know, I hope they're just being hopeful saying that because, you know, in this call we're going to listen to, they're going to talk a lot about sex trafficking. And yes, this does happen in our country. It is an epidemic globally, but there's levels to it. Usually when people are sex trafficked, it's usually women from other countries that, you know, or small kids. Sebastian is neither one of those. Most people don't go kidnap a kid that's special needs. That usually don't happen. I don't think anybody has kidnapped Sebastian Rogers. There's only a couple things that could be. Either he's met foul play at that home or he ran. Okay, I'm back. A little bit of buffering there. So listen, we got to go with the whole saying, you're innocent to prove guilty. And the internet has pretty much treated these people as guilty and gave up on searching for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And to me, that's really sad. Listen, I've also had my suspicions about certain people in this case. I think, like I said, all of them have done some pretty shady things or said things they shouldn't have said. But going forward, we need to change that, right? We got to get back to the fundamentals of finding a child. It's spreading awareness and it's searching. And I don't think either one of those things are being done right now to bring Sebastian Rogers home. And these are just the things that I would like to see moving forward. Okay. Now we're going to jump into this phone call a little bit and we'll address what is said in it, of course. Let me share the screen with you guys. I accidentally clicked on the wrong button. Entire screen. Now, I'm not going to show the video because I don't want nobody striking me for showing their video. Because, you know, people are funny. So we're just going to play the audio of it. And I will go over that stuff with you. And we will, you know, throw some commentary on it for fair use under the Fair Use Act of, you know, spreading news and information. Now, this phone call is between the PI Heather and, of course, Katie and Chris Proudfoot. And I honestly thought when I first started speaking on this, that this was something recent, but it's not. This happened a while back when I guess they hired, didn't hire because Seth don't pay anybody. Okay. This is Chloe and Heather when they were the PIs. Now, I've met Chloe. She seems like a really nice person. Heather, I don't think Heather handled this very well. You know, I would have probably handled it differently, but you know, everybody does things their own way. But this is the phone call right here. Give me the thumbs up if y'all can hear this well.
Hi, hi, Katie.
What can I do for you? Are you the woman that trespassed my property yesterday?
I actually didn't. I walked down your neighbor's property and then down the easement and then up the other side.
That's not an easement. I own that. That's my property.
Well, the fence says no trespassing. I didn't come on the.
What I think it is I think she's in person with Katie and Chris is on the phone. I'm not positive of that, but that's what I think it is. She went up to the door and it was one of those things. Okay. But I'm not positive of that. It could be just all over the phone, but I'm not for sure.
Property.
That is my property.
The easement. That's a public easement.
I own it. It's mine. I own it.
I am here to try to clear you.
I
So,
don't need you to clear me.
so I don't know why you're being defensive with.
She said, I'm here to clear you. Okay. What the hell? Right. That's a bad start right there. I'm here to clear you. Like, lady, I don't know who the hell you are. And you're not the police. You're not a detective. Right. Like, my thing is this. Some of these private investigators, they think they're the police. They're not. You're not. PJ took the private investigator. You took a class. That don't really mean you know shit. That don't mean you know more than an armchair sleuth or anything. Right. Like, you're basically interfering with an ongoing investigation, just like all of us. Right. So you're no different than any YouTuber or anything else. But I don't know.
Me.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
First, can you identify yourself?
I did already. My name's Heather, private investigator.
Heather,
you're
private
coming to my
investigator.
house.
That's her name, Heather, private investigator. Your parents were Mrs. and Mrs. Investigator.
I am. I'm investigating the disappearance of your stepson. So do you want him found or no? Because if you do, then why would you have a problem with me coming to talk to you guys?
Well,
Real simple,
Because you're
we're asking
nobody.
you questions.
Who are you? Right? I mean, this thing about this. Who are you? Would they have treated, if the police would have pulled up asking questions, would have been so offensive against the police? If detectives pulled up, would they have treated the detectives the same way? You're basically a stranger walking up into their yard. Okay. Now, me, of course, I never walked into their yard. I drove by their house. I got out, droned so I could see the area, which they got mad about, of course. But this is all in the past, right? What I'm saying right now is let's put all this behind us. Let's start over fresh together. Everybody working on the same team. No green team. You know, I like to call Chris and Katie the orange team. No green team, no orange team. Just Team Sebastian, which I've been on the whole time, right? Team Sebastian. It ain't about everybody fighting with each other. It's about everybody getting onto the same page and let's get justice for this kid. And let's just think, would this have moved farther along if everybody would have been working together? I think it would have. But a lot of stuff transpired. And like I said, some of it bad. In the internet, us YouTubers, we didn't help it. I think we made it worse. Honestly, that's just the truth. I think we made it a little bit worse. And we need to do better. We need to do better and to make it better. You know, and this is to try to build the friendship bridge. Okay. You know, things that are said, you have to put behind you. Some of these people even said mean things about me. Okay. But me, I'm willing to forgive, not forget, but forgive, move past that stuff because I know it ain't about me. It's about Sebastian. It's not about this lady Heather. It's about Sebastian. It ain't about Chris and Katie fighting with Seth. It's about Sebastian. That's what people need to understand.
Questions, and you're telling us that you can't answer those questions, so why should we answer any?
I absolutely did not trespass.
There's no such thing.
There's
as a
nothing,
public
there,
easement.
there is a such thing as a public easement.
Not in
It's not posted.
I own it. I have signs on. all
Okay,
of it.
your fence has a sign. I didn't
It's
talk
3
about.
foot inside of the
Okay,
property.
take it up with, if you want to report it to law enforcement, do it. Take it up with them. I am trying to help, okay?
You don't sound like you're trying to help. You sound like you're being aggressive towards them. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the way you're going to get answers out of people, is being like that, right? I just don't think that's the way you get answers. Chris loves to argue. He craves it. I don't know if he likes to argue because he gets angry, right? Usually people that like to debate, I like to debate. I don't get mad. When you get angry, you don't like to argue because you get mad. You can't take it, right? He can't take a debate because he'll get angry. People that don't get angry like to debate. You're Charlie Kirk's. You know what I'm saying? You ever see him get mad? No, he just proves you wrong and keeps moving, right? So I don't think he likes to argue. He gets mad easy. He's short-tempered, right? And that's not good. It's not good, especially when we got a missing kid and we got somebody with a short temper. I think he's hot-headed. Yeah, I agree with that. I would 100% agree with that assessment. But if you talk to him respectful, he'll talk to you respectful. But when he gets aggravated, he loses his temper, and that's when the anger comes out. And it's the same thing with Seth and him saying things back and forth. We got to fix that. All right. It won't work unless everybody takes part in it. It's going, hey, you know what? Dolly's right. It's the holidays. Let's forgive. Not forget. I'm not asking these people to forget what happened. I'm saying let's forgive the mistakes of each other. And let's move past it. Instead of it being divided, we're unified on bringing this boy home. Everybody fought for 2 years, right? Ain't there a point where the fighting stops? Or how long does the fight continue? What is the deadline of the fight until we go, okay, let's find this kid? It has at some point has to end. It has to end. The fighting has to end, or Sebastian will never be found. Facts.
So if you want somebody to help you, that's what I'm doing. So calm down, talk to me like civil human beings. I'm trying to help find him. I've been talking to sex offenders in the area.
Law enforcement has done that.
Okay, and I'm going to do it too because I'm working it too. And I have that right, and the person that hired me has that right. Anybody has that right.
He's also blatantly accusing me of murder when I didn't.
I haven't accused you of shit.
I didn't say you did. I said he did.
Okay.
Now, the whole I haven't accused you. Listen, Heather, Mrs. Heather, investigator, you are harsh. Okay. You are harsh. If you came to my door with that attitude, I would have just slammed the door in your face and been like, fuck off, lady. Just to be honest. Right now, people got heated and emotions were running high in the very beginning of this. We have to all admit that's true, right? A lot of emotions in the beginning of this, a lot of people saying things, a lot of people acting a certain way, a lot of people making it about them and not Sebastian. I would say everything I just said is absolutely truth. But that at some point, like I said, we need to end that. We need to end that. And, you know, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It's insanity. And are all of us insane? A lot of us, right? But I don't think everybody's insane. We need to put together a search party for this child and continue to put search parties together for this child. I truly believe that that child is somewhere in that area. And he met some tragic fate. Now, we done thought about and theorized what that could have been for 2 years almost. At this point, we just need to find the child. And maybe when we find that child, those answers will come. We're trying to get the answers before we get the outcome.
Okay, well, I'm trying to decide who is on my radar and who is not. I've talked to sex offenders. That is my focus right now. In my mind, you're not a person of interest, but I'm coming here trying to talk to you.
It's not a good look to trespass either. Like, that's my
What it looks like, ma'am.
Okay, somebody asked, can somebody give me Dolly's email address for Thanksgiving help? You have to, and we're going to buy Thanksgiving for 2 more people tonight. I think, well, 1 more person. So PJ's already picked 2, and she's already bought Nomad Deeds Thanksgiving today. The turkey, the stuffing, the dressing, and so on. Her everything she put on a list, PJ bought her. Okay, so you need to send your letter of what's going on, your struggle, to bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. That will go to PJ. If you send it to me, it will get lost in the shuffle, guys. I get so much junk mail, so many emails, so many people send me shit about Sebastian, every missing kid in the country, that your list will get caught in the shuffle. If you send it there, that's where we handle business. So best soap in the game. Send us what's going on while you're struggling in that. And we're buying 2 more people Thanksgiving tonight live, right? So we'll be live around 7 o'clock tonight, me and PJ. And it's just going to be dealing with Thanksgiving to make sure the 3 families that we help get their food in time, because PJ told me we needed to do it a little bit earlier because, places sell out of turkeys, they sell out of different things. So we want to be able to get that to you in time for Thanksgiving. So if you want to take part in the Thanksgiving aspect of it, we're going to do that tonight. So you need to get it in today. So when we go through it, maybe yours get picked. Listen, we wish we could help more people. We truly do. But we're only going to be able to help 3. And it was only 2, but PJ allowed me to say 1 more because she kind of helped the 2. Well, 1 without me. And then I was like, I thought we was going to do this together. And so she allowed 1 more. All right. That's the boss lady, producer. So get that in tonight and get it in before 7 o'clock. Because if you need some help and you're struggling, Nina, thank you so much. That's how you do it. Now, if you want to help us with that, you donate to the Give, Send, Go. My mods will post that. And then after that, after today, we will only be raising for the Christmas wish. Okay. Thanksgiving raising will be over. All right. Because we'll grant those 3 tonight. And then, of course, a week before Christmas, we will do pick the 3 families that we are helping for Christmas. But thank you guys that took part. Thank you for everybody that donated to make this possible. It's all about just seeing some families smile on Christmas. That's what I'm saying. This is a time of year where we bring a little joy into the world, right? And like I said, the holidays are about family. That's what it's about. It's about spending time with your loved ones. And hopefully, I'd rather see a family stop fighting. If you could stop the fight, would be great. Like if I could get Seth to stop fighting with Chris and Katie and Chris to stop fighting with Seth, and everybody get on the same page, and all these, because a lot of the bad YouTubers, a lot of the bad players are gone. They're gone. They're not talking about Sebastian anymore. So let's bring it back to a peaceful place, a place where the people that are left are on the same page. We're all working together. There ain't no hate between the families. There ain't no hate between this YouTuber and that YouTuber. And the ones that want to take part, let's get out there. Let's put these searches together. Let's find this damn child already. Okay. Let's start 2026 off different than how 2025 was.
It's posted all 4 ways.
I just came from the TBI headquarters in Jackson, Miss.
Honey, I'm going to tell you, as a PI, I have a lot more leeway with things I can do and people I can talk to. And this isn't my first rodeo. I've worked cases like this before. I have gotten information that TBI or law enforcement's not able to get, and I have passed it along, and it has helped the case. I mean, that's all I could tell you.
What have you passed along that's helped this case?
I just started working this case. I haven't even got a chance to talk to you or Katie yet.
Well, here's the thing. You're not talking to her by herself, period.
Okay.
You're not going to talk to my wife.
Football says, Dolly, you got better chances of getting peace in the Middle East. That's not true, right? Listen, somebody has to plant the seed. Somebody has to be the voice of reason. Somebody has to be like, to put something out there to go, you know what? He's right. The damn idiot is right. And sometimes in this world, you need to listen to an idiot. Because when I know something stupid and ain't going to do, you should listen. I'm right. And I think each and every one of you down inside know I'm right. We would be farther along if there wasn't all this chaos. We'd be farther along if people wasn't fighting. We'd be farther along if people were still searching for Sebastian Rogers. And then the chaos and the lawsuits and the fighting with YouTubers and it took center stage. And Sebastian was pushed way to the back. They're not going to agree to work together. I didn't say they would. I just said what the definition of insanity was. I said, I hope and pray that they could. I didn't say they would. I'm not stupid. Yeah, I'm stupid. I'm pretty damn stupid. But I know what works and what don't. Okay, I know what's been happening for 2 years hasn't worked. What if everybody continues to fight and puts their egos first that Sebastian's going to be found? And even if we changed it up and everybody worked together, there's still that chance that Sebastian wouldn't be found. I realize that. I just think the odds would be better if people just said, okay, you know what? Let's put all that shit talking that everybody did aside and let's focus on Sebastian. Is that so terrible to wish for my Christmas wish this year? Is that a terrible Christmas wish that people would stop fighting, shit talking each other and come together and try to find this child? I think it's a really good Christmas wish. I mean, for me anyway. I mean, it may be wishful thinking, but I just want the child found. I just want him found.
Okay, fine. All right, set up an appointment with me. Do you want to do that? I can come back. I mean, I can respect your time. I'm not trying to do this. Whatever. I mean, I really think everybody just needs to calm down. Emotions are high. People are flinging mud, and it's just getting drama and stupid. And that is a terrible disadvantage to Sebastian.
Right, but let me inform you on something. You're not the one being threatened here.
I think everybody's being threatened. Did you know there was a drive-by shooting last?
People being threatened.
She said, I think everybody's being threatened.
All right. I mean, I don't understand why you guys are coming at me. I didn't do anything to you.
Okay, well, first off, you came to my house the other day.
Yes, yesterday.
You walked around my fucking property with a camera and you videotaped and took pictures.
Privately owned property back
They
there.
didn't fucking post it all sides of that property.
I mean, the easement between houses is not usually.
I own it.
In that fucking subdivision.
I own half.
Why can't Katie talk by herself? Because here's the thing. When you get married, you have another half. Right? Like me and PJ, we're a couple. We're going to do things together. When you decide to make that bond in front of the Lord, you're a couple now. You're not a solo artist. You're a band at that point. Okay. And some people truly believe that, hey, you know, some cultures, you can't talk to somebody else's woman. You can't even talk to them. They'll cut your damn head off. Okay. Chris is really protective of Katie. And I know what people are thinking. Well, Chris is doing this because Katie may slip up and say something. I mean, she did interviews. She did interviews in the beginning. And there were some little slip ups that where she was criticized about. But we're in a world where, let's be honest, you damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Okay? If you do talk, people are going to pick apart what you say and try to find little things in it. if you don't talk, Dolly's going to be up here talking shit about you because why ain't you talking? Right? So you're really damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. But right now, we look at this. All these people have passed lie detectors tests. We're 2 years in. They have nothing to convict Chris and Katie on. And the only place they've been convicted is in the public opinion. But convicting them in the public ain't bringing Sebastian home. It's not. So you can shit talk them for the next 10 years. It's not going to bring them home. It may push them farther back. I'd rather see everybody come out and say, hey, let's find this kid. That's the most important thing. And let me say this. If they did do something, it'll come back on them, right? It will. But I think if we find Sebastian, we will find the answers to what happened to Sebastian. So I'm just a believer in search, and I haven't seen that. And that's the worst. What if somebody gave up on searching for you or gave up searching for your loved one? Look, let me tell you this. I get lost somewhere, you fuckers better search to the end of days. You better be putting search parties together. You better come find me because I'm going to be laying somewhere with my leg broke, praying to Jesus that y'all don't give up on me. Okay? And I think you would want the same thing if you was out there lost or your loved one was lost. Would you want people to give up? New subscriber. And also donate it to your Christmas fund. Thank you, Anita. Welcome. And it's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here with us. I know I'm probably fighting a losing battle. And I know a lot of people dislike the Proudfoots. And they don't want to hear that shit. Now, people want to hear, if you up here bashing them, they with you all day. Right? They support it. But if you're up here trying to bring people together, the internet don't really want that. I think they like drama and chaos. And I understand you like drama and chaos, but there's other things that we can bring you drama and chaos on and still put good energy out into this world. And listen, I'm just sharing my Christmas wish. That don't mean my Christmas wish is going to come true, right? I just wish these people would put some of that shit aside and let's get back to the fundamentals, spreading awareness and searching for the child. At least searching for the child. All right?
My neighbor's own half, period. That's not public. There are no...
There's no property lines. There's no way to tell what
it's marked. I have stakes.
I mean, can you show me? Because I didn't
show you all 4 no trespassing signs.
They're on the fence.
You can go on the city and you can look at the property line and you can...
they're on the fence. I wouldn't jump your fence.
I own it. Half of that is mine, half of that is theirs. That's why they turned it in and they turned it into the police.
I'm sorry, what? I think that when there's a no trespassing sign on the fence, that means you don't go into the fence. I'm not going to go into the fence.
Negative. Actually, that's wrong.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I would...
tell you now, Emmy, if PJ's kid was to go missing, she would want me there by her side every bit of the way. And you know what? If her kid went missing, that is also my kid. Okay? And I would be there every bit of the way. All right. So yeah, I would say I would be there. Now, if PJ didn't want to speak to people, I would speak for her. Let's be honest, I would. We're family. Like it. You know how much PJ's there for my child? And my child's grown. Right? Tiff was like, I got a headache. PJ sent her $60 worth of medicine the other night because Tiff had a headache. She didn't come to me and say, hey, can I send this to Tiff or, do that? She just does it because we're a family. So, of course, we're going to be there for each other. If she's in a situation where she's nervous or scared to talk to people, and PJ's like that. PJ don't really, believe it or not, when we go places, I handle everything. If somebody needs to be called, I do it. Okay? And I'm not taking up for them. I'm just saying the internet wants chaos. Right? Some of y'all don't want people to work their problems out. I would rather see them work their problems out. And whoever's guilty, once Sebastian's found and we find out what happened to him, they go to prison. We're trying to get justice before we get Sebastian. Let's get Sebastian first. and then let's get justice. Is that so much? Right? Is that so much to ask for? Let's find a child and then let's get justice for that child. I think you're jumping over finding Sebastian. You're trying to get to justice. So what changed, Dolly? That it's just what changed is it's been 2 years. And what's happening now is not working. How long are we supposed to fight the same fight that ain't working before somebody goes, hey, this shit ain't working? And somebody has to say it. What's going on is not working.
Know that. All right. Well, I'm just not really sure how anybody would know that easement is yours.
Stepped out of your car the other day and you walked onto the property. When Mike, my neighbor, saw you, and Mike
walked right past your
the
neighbor.
street saw you, turn around. Where they saw you. Now got you on camera, walking your ass through my property, right next to my fucking driveway. You walked past 3 fucking signs, woman. 3. Don't tell me you didn't see them. You're on the fucking fence. You just said it on this camera, and I got news for you. Because you've done that, you have violated trespassing.
I was actually trying to stay on the outside of your property. Okay, well, I don't know how I would know that that's not.
Add the detectives into this so that they can see her and find out what she.
I just left the sheriff's department. I've talked to Tim Bailey. I've talked to Sheriff Weatherford. I've been talking to all of them. So anyway.
Okay. Well, first off.
But why is this the focus instead of finding Sebastian? It's a waste of time right now. We're arguing over a property line, like when there's a missing child.
We're arguing over a fucking safe.
I'm not showing up here to do anything to you except for find your son.
No.
I'm not a threat to you.
All you had to do was pick up the fucking phone and call us.
Well, Heather, to find their child, you would need to be searching. Okay, this is the important thing. It's the searching. And listen, guys, I advocate for searching for missing people more than anything. When people ain't searching, you're not going to find nothing you're not looking for. If you want to help, the best way to help is try to get people to put together a search party. Talk these people in and stop fighting. Try to bring people together and not tear them apart. I think we need the whole community to find this child. You know what they say? You know the saying, guys, and this is true. It takes a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to find that child. And right now, the village is divided. Y'all know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. Much as you hate Chris and Katie, you know what I'm saying is true.
That's not how I operate. I talk to people in person. That's what I do.
You're shit at your job.
No, that's not shit at your job. PIs don't call people. They show up at their houses.
Well, I got news for you.
Well, I'll tell you now, you wouldn't want to show up at my house. All right, because Wrangler bite the shit out you. I'm just going to open the door and watch you get gnawed, right? And I'm the same way. I got no trespassing shits all over my house. And I encourage anybody, don't ever just walk up to my door. You want to meet Dolly or something like that? Reach out to me. Call me. Let me know. I don't play that just show up at my house because I look outside. I don't know if you cool or faux or what it is. I don't, you may catch a hot one.
Okay. Are you going to set up an appointment with me or do you just want to keep yelling at me? This is really ridiculous. Like, this is the drama that's a disadvantage to Sebastian. He's not going to be found this way.
Answer my question. What the hell are you going to do to help find our son?
I am knocking on doors, talking to sex offenders.
FBI, Secret Service, TBI.
I am communicating with the bank. I just talked to Tim Bailey, asked him if they talked to the sex offender. They have not talked to the sex offender. He said, I'm free to go do so, which is what I'm doing. Okay.
Okay. Let's say this. Now, I'm not saying these people are innocent. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if they did it or if they didn't do it. I don't think anybody knows. The police definitely don't, or they'd be in jail. Right. We think they may have something to do with it, but just think if you're innocent of a crime and you got this woman at your door. Think about it. Now that's if they're innocent. That's an if, because they may have something to do with it. And I think if we find Sebastian, we may find out who did what. We may find out that Chris and Katie never had nothing to do with it. And then you put these people through nightmare, even Dolly, okay? Put these people through so much shit. But there's a time where you go, okay, we done did that. We done did that. Let's try something different. Let's try to bring people together, get people to stop fighting, get on the same page, and get out there and continue to search for this kid. Because you know what? Right now, nobody's looking for him. And what's more sadder than that? That's what I'm saying. If I was lost, I would want people to quit looking for me. Find my ass. Okay. If someone finally, when you do, I'm gonna be mad that y'all won't looking. I can tell you that now. I'll be like, why won't you looking for me? They're not that defensive. Listen, I've said all kinds of mean things about Chris and Katie. Speculated on them doing terrible things. They still communicate with me. They ain't never get that mad. They never sued me. They never did any of these things. They know that people are going to criticize them. They know it. I think they've took it pretty damn good, considering the fact, right? That now we're going with, they may have something to do with it. But if you flip that coin and go, these people are innocent and look what you done to them. Apology, like I said, I'll be the first one to apologize. But is that good enough? Is it really? I'm just saying, let's change the way things are done. How long do you be mean to people? How long? I could accuse them of killing their kid for the next 15 years. Is that going to bring Sebastian home? I accused them for a year straight. Well, I said I had theories, but I didn't say they done it because I don't have any proof that they done it. But what time does the bullshit stop and to let's find the kid start? You kick that around in your head and you'll know I'm right.
Okay, well, first off, when you come on somebody's property, you're supposed to announce yourself because we have it posted, no trespass. It doesn't matter what your fucking job title is. Once it gets, I try to explain to you. There's no property lines in that entire subdivision. No. There's no community. No, nothing. Nothing. So where you were walking yesterday on camera, you're on my property.
But I really wish that you would lighten up a little bit because we are focusing on the wrong thing when we should be focusing on finding Sebastian.
If you want me to lighten up,
I do.
You want me to lighten up?
Yes, sir.
It's real simple.
I will not walk on your property again. I apologize for walking down the easement, what looked like an easement.
You told my neighbor you were hired by the family.
They ain't never spend no money. Seth never give any of these ladies money. This is Heather that worked with Chloe. They never got paid. Seth fired them, right? Seth fired them and wasn't paying them. I'm saying, listen, Seth did wrong out here. Chris and Katie had said, mostly Chris, said terrible, mean things. They were fighting. It turned into chaos. Tell me one thing good that's ever came out of chaos. One thing good. And listen, don't we all want the same thing? Do we all want the same thing? I'm asking you guys. I hope y'all want the same thing as me. I hope y'all want this kid found. At whatever it has to be done to bring this kid home, I hope that's what y'all want. Is it more important to you that people fight and argue than it is this little boy is found? I mean, people fight every day on YouTube for entertainment. You can go watch these channels, these drama channels right now. They're attacking Brittany J as we speak. You can watch that drama fighting all day, every day on the internet, if that's really what you want. But in true crime, we want the kid found. We want justice. That's it. I mean, if you love drama, you love drama. That's fine. I get it. I like some drama sometimes. I like a good train wreck. Who don't? I be looking at car wrecks when I'm riding by. People like that shit. I get it. But we need to find this kid, and we need justice. And if people are fighting and at each other's throats, it's not helping the situation. Somebody has to be the bigger man and go, you know what? Yeah, I'm not about all that no more. Or would it just everybody gives up and nobody finds his kid? I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen. I don't want people to forget who Sebastian Rogers is. I don't want people to stop searching for the kid. So somebody has to be the voice of reason and try to gap these bridges that have been burnt down out here for the last 2 years. We done burnt down every bridge you can burn down. There's no bridges left to burn. Now it's time to build some bridges. Because we done burn all the other ones down. How the hell are we going to get across? You don't leave no room for people to come across a bridge if there ain't one. So you have to be willing to go, okay, I'll put some of this stuff aside of what people have said and done and do this for this child, because that's what it's about.
And I am the family. So
Exactly.
if I didn't hire
that
you,
tells me right there that you're hired by the Rogers family.
But I am not hired to implicate or accuse you. And
I'm not asking you to implicate.
I am trying to find him. So I want to talk to you too.
You'll come find me.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm here trying to find you.
I'm not hard to find.
Okay, when do you want it? Let's set this up. When do you want to meet? Whenever. We're at Memphis. I'll be in Jackson tomorrow, so I can meet you. I can I can come all the way to Memphis if that's what you require, or you can meet me somewhere in between.
Well, I would prefer you come see me because I work nights. So 9 to 1, when you guys are up, I'm actually sleeping.
Okay, so, but it's not going to be you and Katie. It's just going to be you.
It would be just me because unless Katie's coming down to see me, well, she can't. We have other things that have to happen at the house. It wouldn't be together. The only time we're going to be together might be Sunday, Monday. That's when we might actually be back together again.
Okay, well,
I'm working.
I mean, I'd rather do it both at the same time. And you already said you don't want me talking to your wife without you present. So
Right.
That would mean.
And you can ask the cops that. They don't show up and talk to her without somebody telling us both. That's just the way this works. That's safety in numbers. I don't trust. Don't take it the wrong way. I don't know.
Well, and
that's the thing. Like he just said, I don't know you. I don't trust you. You could say she said something that she didn't say. There's a witness with her. Like, you got to remember, these people are married. It ain't like that's her boyfriend. That's her husband. I mean, I get it. I actually get it.
I mean, we wouldn't know each other. I mean, we have no reason to know each other prior to this. But
it's not hard to make a phone call and talk to somebody first. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
However, my history with cases like this is that, especially with you guys are already defensive.
I don't take Chris for being a drug addict. Chris has a really good job. You name a drug addict could hold down being a heavy machine operator where they piss test you randomly. And I would be surprised. I don't think Chris is a drug addict. Does Chris drink? I think he drinks a little bit now and he gets a little loose, and that may make him say things that are fucking dumb as hell that he probably shouldn't say. Right. But like I said, that's at what point did we stop criticizing the parents and we focus on just the child? Because everybody's been blaming the parents for 2 years. It hasn't brought Sebastian home. So why can't we try something different? The only point I'm trying to make.
Right, I understand that. Not everybody in this world is like that. Not everybody is like that. I'm not. I'll be honest with you, I'm level-headed, I'm very brash, I'm blunt to the point. Well, I've already told the cops this. I don't give a flying fuck what happens to him or what happens to that fucking family.
Yeah.
They did what they did.
Yeah. I would like, what would be really great. And
he's talking about Seth right there. Okay. He don't care what happened to Seth. He's not saying he don't care about what happens to Sebastian. He's saying he don't care about what happens to Seth because he's mad. Anger right now is in control, not reasonable thinking. Being right there, level-headed, right? That ain't taking place right here in this interview. He's not level-headed. And I think if you caught Chris calmly and said, do you think you was level-headed right there? He'd probably say, no. I was angry. And you're hearing a lot of anger, not somebody that, but you got to remember, if you make somebody mad with your actions, what do you think you're going to get from somebody if you make them mad? You're not going to get a polite person. You come piss me off and I'm going to give it to you too. I'm going to be a little angry with you. But he's hot-headed. He gets angry a little bit quicker than I would, okay? Because I'm more of a goofy person. I would have just looked at you and been like, hey, lady, I ain't really got nothing to say to you. We've told the police what we've told the police. Just I'm glad you work for the other side of the family. But then again, I wouldn't be fighting with my baby's mama right now. That's what needs to stop. We as a family would work together. We put all differences aside to find our child, because that's the most important thing. Yes, Seth went and started a GoFundMe. He made a bunch of money off of it. Okay, that's in the past. That money's gone. People ain't throwing money at him no more. We need to find a child. Are we going to be mad at Seth forever for getting a GoFundMe started? Helena, thank you, Helena, for your 5 memberships. And if you got one, thank her. Or are we going to be mad at Chris because he got up on like drama channels? He didn't even go on true crime channels. He went on drama channels. Let's be honest. Every channel that he was involved with was a drama channel, not a true crime channel. Or we're going to be mad at him for the things he said forever? Right? It ain't about being mad at these people. It's about finding Sebastian Rogers. That's what people are forgetting. They're making it about Chris or Katie. They're making it about Seth. When really, in actuality, it's about Sebastian and finding him. Find the boy and justice will come. If somebody did something wrong, they'll pay their price. But people want justice before Sebastian.
Perfect world would be if I could calm that down a little bit, because right now, but it's not this isn't helping Sebastian. It
didn't help Sebastian when he aired his trauma. It didn't help Sebastian when he accused his mother of murder. It didn't help Sebastian when he made almost $50,000 on my son going missing.
Who did?
Seth.
Don't know. I didn't know about that. I don't know anything.
Well, what kind of PR are you? Okay. You didn't know about that. It was open for everybody to see. Okay. She's like, I didn't know about that. Heather, you're lying. You're absolutely lying. Everybody in here knew. We all watched this whole thing play out. We know both of them did bad. Okay. And I ain't saying one is better than the other. I'm saying they both did bad. And we need to move on from that. And the Christian way is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Now, I ain't saying forget. I ain't that dumb. But I'm saying forgiveness. And if they did have something, trust me, if they did something to this child, they're going to pay. Even if they don't pay in this lifetime, they're going to pay. Everything is done. God sees. Okay? God sees it. And if they did this, they won't get into heaven. But also that the world has a way of working itself out. If they did do something, they'll get caught. But I think the most important thing is find Sebastian, because right now we have no clues, right? No clues, nothing. Find Sebastian, we may find some clues.
Think about that.
Every single day he goes on. Internet sleuths.
Let me lay this out for you, okay?
Hey, Dolly, I just need your credit card.
Him, I tried to work with him.
We were all in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Katie, Seth, and 2 other witnesses in law enforcement. We're in the house.
Yeah.
I brought up, what can we do to help with this situation?
Right. Okay.
And when I said, hey, do we need to raise money? Do we need to get some investigators? What do we need? Horses, whatever. We'll do whatever.
Yeah.
They said, don't do anything with money because it makes the family look bad.
That's true.
It could turn ugly. Okay, cool. All of us standing in that living room in my house made an agreement.
Mm-hmm.
That said, we were not going to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so
hold on. Before we go turn your phone around. Not you. Hers. I want to see the face of her phone.
Oh, that she's
You want to see the face of my phone?
Because he knew you was recording them, right? Everything is secretly recorded to people. He knew. Chris ain't stupid. He knew he was being recorded, that their conversation was being recorded, and it was going to go back and they were going to play it for Seth. He knew that. I mean, he'd be dumb not to know. Dolly, what if they don't find Sebastian? The mom and stepdad ain't right. Well, here's the thing. If you're not been proven guilty of a crime, then it's possible that Sebastian did run away. You're finding these people guilty before we know what happened to Sebastian. I mean, that's the court of public opinion. They've been convicted in the court of public opinion. Okay, I'll tell you that. Court of public opinion, boof, guilty. I get it. But the court of public opinion hasn't brought Sebastian home. Thinking these people are guilty hasn't brought Sebastian home. People fighting hasn't brought Sebastian home. So you telling me let's do the same thing over and over again and hope for a different result. And I'm telling you guys, that is the definition of insanity. Are you insane? I'm not. I'm crazy. I'm stupid, but I'm not insane. I know at some point this has to stop and something has to change to get justice for this child. And I just wanted to share what my Christmas wish was this year. And listen, like I said, my wish may not come true. These people may not never get along. This child may not be found. But hey, you get to make a wish. I get to make a wish. Okay? And that's my wish, that things would change. People would come together, put all the bullshit aside, and let's find the child. That is my Christmas wish. Okay?
Let me unlock it.
This conversation. Don't take it the wrong way, but I told you I don't trust people right now. And people are trying to use shit and however they can. But that conversation in that living room was an agreed upon deal not to do anything with a GoFundMe page and collect money and benefit off of this.
Mm-hmm.
And sure as shit, what happened? The very next fucking day, there's a GoFundMe fucking page that's posted.
See, this is what I want people to forgive. Okay? There needs to be a lot of forgiveness because things are said. Things have been done. And we really, once you say it, you can't put it back in your mouth. But you have to forgive. All right? You have to forgive. I ain't saying forget. I ain't saying you got to be BFFs or anything, but put all differences aside and get on the same page to try to find this child. That's all I'm saying.
So, I'm sorry.
So I didn't understand how he knew that Sebastian wouldn't be found and would need money when my son hadn't been missing 72 hours, and yet he knew he was going to need money to pay his bills that far in advance.
Dolly, why are you batting for the bad team now? I'm not. I'm on Team Sebastian. I've always been on Team Sebastian. The most important thing is this kid. It's not who's fighting with who. It's not who's accusing who. All these people have said and done bad things. It's not going to bring Sebastian home. You know who I'm batting for? Team Dolly. Okay? I've always batted for Team Dolly. And I can tell you now, I would never be personally friends with probably any of these people. This truth. But I would help either one of them try to find their kid. You know, so you can think that, see, that's the thing is these teams. There don't need to be no fucking teams. This ain't a team sport. This is a find a child. This ain't the NFL. This ain't the NBA. This ain't damn hockey. I don't know what they call hockey. I'm sure there's some letters for it. NHL? Ain't that what it is? NHL. This ain't even golf. Okay. This is damn find the kid. You people have divided into teams. We got to get away from that. We got to get away from the teams. Team Sebastian. Not green team. Not the other side, the bad team. Whatever the hell you want to call their team. That's 2025 mentality. Okay? We got to get on to the 2026 mentality. Teams were played in 2025. It was a team game. All right. Now it's a Find Sebastian Rogers game. And that's where it needs to be. Right? Seth, if you're listening, you have to forgive. Chris and Katie, if you're listening, you have to forgive. Let's do what's right for Sebastian. For almost 2 years, it hasn't been like that. It's been divided. Right? Let's build a bridge. It's called the friendship bridge. It's called let's bring Sebastian Rogers home bridge. And then after that, y'all can hate each other till you're fucking blue in the face, right? You can hate each other for the next 30 years. But guess what? Let's try something different in 2026. Let's try to bring this kid home. Everybody work together, do their best for Sebastian Rogers. Take all the fighting, the egos, the pride, all that shit and set it aside and go. The most important thing is let's get this kid. And I'm telling you, we would be farther along. We would be farther along than we are right now.
That speaks volumes to me. The fact that he can't be bothered to help look for his son in the beginning. The fact that he literally released my son's sensitive trauma issues and blatantly lied about all of the details surrounding it, including the age of the person who did it to him. The fact that he has turned my son missing into some dramatized bullshit for the internet.
Yeah, just so he can profit. And it's sad. It is truly sickening, honestly. It's sickening if we profit off of this.
I don't need to be on television hanging flyers. I don't need to brag that I have done.
Somebody said, Dolly, when's the last time you searched? I've searched multiple times in 2026, multiple times. You know, the problem is I don't live in Tennessee and I don't have unlimited resources. Okay. My point to bring people together is because there's people right there. If they would work together, they're right there to search. I wish, I tell you now, if I had the resources, I would search every day. I just don't. I'm too far away. We got to be reasonable about expectations of what I can do as one person. I'm already trying to build a damn bridge. One dude. Okay. You ever seen one person build a bridge? It's going to be a long ass building job if it's just me building this bridge. You can only do so much as one person. And I do the best I can. Remember that. When you ask me when's the last time I did this, ask yourself first before you ask that question. When was the last time you searched for Sebastian? Okay? I'm trying to get people to stop fighting so people will search for this child. It needs teams of people to search. Not divide it. We don't need to divide people. We need to bring people together with a common goal, and that is to bring Sebastian Rogers home. If everybody got out there and searched, this kid would be found. I wish there was more people that did what I did. I wish the families would do more. Now, that's just me wishing. That's why I'm up here preaching today like, hey, this shit didn't work. Do we just move on? Or do we try something different? And everybody has to be unified in it, because if not, it won't work. But why not put it out there? Listen, this is what I believe, and I truly believe this with all my heart. You put good into the universe, good comes back. And I've learned that. That's why I try to do good things, because the more good I put out, the more good that comes my way. And I've been blessed. And I want those blessings to happen for other people. But I know if you're putting bad out into the universe, only bad is going to come back to you. And that's the best advice I could give to anybody. If you said, Dolly, give me one piece of advice in this world, I'd be like, do good. You only got one life. You don't want people to remember you as a piece of shit. Put good into the universe and good will come back to you. People that are doing bad out there, you're struggling, and Put a little more good into the universe, and I promise you, more good things will happen for you. And I truly believe that with all of my heart.
What I have done to help find my son.
Well, I understand how you guys feel about everything.
So you don't push the information to Detective Carter?
I haven't talked to Carter yet. Carter has not gotten back with me. So I had to.
Down here with me.
Okay, well that's good to know. But
The reason why they didn't answer.
yeah,
I know that.
but so yeah, but
Don't take this the wrong way, but why is a PI going on doing internet sleuth interviews?
you know, he contacted me before I was even hired to work the case.
It was just
But yeah,
no
but
offense, I'm just asking.
but no, I mean, I'm not a sleuth.
Pam, you cannot charge her with child neglect. Let me explain to you. At the age of 12-year-old, you're allowed to be home by yourself. So if she wasn't looking after Sebastian, she don't have to. He's 15 years old. He can look after himself. He stayed by himself at Seth's house 12 to 14 hours a day. Should Seth be arrested? I mean, ask yourself the basic questions. The kid is almost he is a grown. He's 16. In some states, you can get married at 16. Start your own damn family at 16 years old. So we're at the point to where if these people don't forgive each other and people don't start working together, I don't think the child will ever be found. And you know what's the bad thing is? An idiot is the only person up here trying to be the voice of reason. That's crazy to me. It's just crazy that I'm the one that has to say it, right? That like it's coming from me. Like, listen, we need to start over. Okay, we need to start over and do things differently. And I know in the back of your mind, everybody knows, Dolly, you're absolutely right. There's some people that still harbor and hate towards certain people, and that's fine. You can be suspicious of people, but you don't have any proof, right? And if I did, I don't want to defend anybody because I don't generally know what happened to Sebastian. I think the only place we're going to get a clue is if we find this child. Okay.
actually a PI.
I didn't call you a
Yeah. The sleuth podcast. Yeah. I mean, they asked me for my thoughts on the Sebastian Rogers case, and
So
who is it?
Aware of all of that, and Seth is not doing anything that he hasn't already done to me in the past.
Like, I'm not interested in the drama. I'm not interested in the rumors. I'm going to base my who I think needs to be on the radar based on my interviews, my investigation, not what anybody else says.
So I have a question. You conduct your portion, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the Rogers family has hired you.
Okay.
It is very evident.
Okay.
Because we didn't hire.
They announced it publicly. It's not a secret. I know, but we already know.
There is another PI too, by the way.
I know. There's at least like 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah, I will tell you this. You can tell all the PIs because I know you all talk.
Yeah, we do.
Because we're sick and
this is not new. This is old. This happened. This call is from when Sebastian first went missing. Right? Chris still wants to yell and argue. This is old. This is old. I thought it was new too, so I can understand the mistake. But this is old. This is when this stuff first went down and everything was heated. Right? Everybody ain't as mad as they once were. It's not, the pot is not boiling over on YouTube like it once was. All right? A lot of the bad players are gone. That's why I think there's hope of building a bridge, a friendship bridge, a common ground bridge. Now, if I had a lot of people out here helping me build this bridge, it'd be a whole lot easier. But there ain't. Okay? I might be solo on this one. But in my mind, this is the only thing that's right. Is get rid of the hatred, get rid of the arguing, get rid of the fighting, and try to put good into the universe. And maybe we'll get something good in return.
tired of being stalked and people coming on our properties, because that's not just my property. It's theirs.
Jimmy,
I
can understand that. I know what you're saying. I'm not stupid, but listen, it never hurts to try. Okay. You know, I'd rather try 1,000 times and fail 999 times, because really only you got to succeed is once. So, and to me, failure is not an option. I never fail at anything I do. This one I might. Okay, I might take my first L on this one. But hey, you can't say I didn't try, right?
Cool about that. Like,
Probably 24 different, I'm the best one, I'm going to crack the case people already. And every last one of them that have talked to us, we have said, you are welcome to come and start from square one. You're
I may die on the battlefield, but hey, it is what it is.
not going to find anything that, you know,
Well, I
250 professionals didn't, but you're welcome to try, because at this point,
I haven't been here since day
Yeah, I
one
know.
when all this
I know
went
what you're talking
down.
about, Joey.
yeah,
And people don't understand. People can say, well, I understand how you feel when nobody knows how we feel.
yeah.
Because unless you've lost a child and you've gone through this crap,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know. Like, I don't tell people, you don't know shit.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I will tell you.
This is just in general.
I will tell you that I have only been hired on this case for 2 days.
I will forewarn you. So anything that you get, that you share back to the kitchen,
so I'll share what? Share back to the family. Is that what you said?
anything. Yeah, if you anything that you find or you get, share.
It's going to depend if it comes from law enforcement, which is what I told Weatherford. If it's something they share with me that they tell me, because I understand that there are some things that don't need to be in the public, and if it's
My question. Answer our question. Are you going to give them information back? Yes or no? I mean, it's real simple.
depending on what it is. If it's something I can share with them, yes, I will share it with them.
Yes.
I will say this: I wish you the best of luck. I hope you
Okay,
find some.
yes,
I
I
hope you
did.
get some. Truly, I truly do. I hope you can find. I don't give a shit what it is. Piece of evidence or something that
Yeah.
will move something in one direction.
Right.
I will tell you this. There is no chance Seth Rogers or the Roger family is going to reach out and contact us, and there's going to be reciprocating phone calls, because it ain't happening right.
There doesn't need to be phone calls between you guys.
The only way that's good.
Yeah, it does. That's where I disagree with you, Heather. People drove a wedge in between these people. They started fighting, right? And people stirred up the fight, riled up the fight, instead of trying to stop the fight. Of course, they need to communicate, especially Chris and Seth and Katie, because they're the parents of this child. To tell two parents of a missing child they don't need to communicate is totally bullshit. Oh, y'all don't need to talk. Yeah, absolutely, you do need to talk. Y'all need to work out your differences. You need to come together and find this kid. That's what needs to happen. Not, no, let's divide it and turn it into a war zone. You seen that happen, right? Do we know 50K for sure? We don't know. That's an estimate. We know 25,000 positively. But at that time, Steph was sharing his Cash App just as much, and we're assuming he did that much in Cash App. That don't even count YouTube, right? But that don't even matter. That don't even matter. Who cares? This is the same thing I would tell Chris and Katie. At this point, who cares what he made? We still need to find a child, right? We got to forgive. We got to forgive. It's the Christian way to do it. They go to church. We see Chris and Katie go to church. Seth said when he's provoking the devil in the church. I mean, Samuel, right? I mean, we all need to be. They all claim to be Christian people, right? Well, God says forgive. That's what it preaches in the Bible. That ain't me saying it. The Bible says it. Do we have any Christians here? Do we have any Christians in this chat room, or y'all all Satanists? Are y'all all Satanists out there? I'm watching you. If you're a Christian person in this chat room, press 1. If you ain't, just press 0. Okay? But if you're a Christian person in my chat room, press 1. Because that's what you need to think about first. Your faith, right? I see some ones popping up, right? Now, I don't know what your Bible teaches you, But my Bible teaches forgiveness. There's only one person that can judge. And I'm not that person. Are you that person? I mean, ask yourself these things, right? Now, we can have our theories and our thoughts, but we shouldn't be judging people. We ain't the prosecutor. There's only one, right? And he's a lot greater than any of us. And you could go into he who hasn't sinned should cast the first stone, right? I know I ain't throwing no stones. I would never be able to pick up a rock in my life. Well, I can't pick that rock up. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I need to get away from the rock pile. No parents have been cleared. You're absolutely right. That is true. But they did say they vetted them. They did say they took lie detectors tests. And the hate ain't bringing Sebastian home. Let's try love. Was that so bad? We tried hate. Can we try love? I'm just asking a question. We tried the hate route. Didn't work. Can we try the love route? The forgiveness, and let's move forward as a unit that all want the same thing? Can we try that one? Can we at least try it? It's the only question I'm asking.
Gonna happen? He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. Yeah, it's real simple. So, and I mean, unfortunately, he's made his bed. He's gonna lie. You know, I mean, it is what it is.
I tried, like, what, 4 different times to get him to interview with me.
It seems like y'all were somewhat cordial in the beginning.
We were.
He
They
has
were.
been very cordial. I got proof of shit that where he's running his mouth that he didn't talk to me and all this. I got phone records where I have had hour-long conversations.
When he said that Hayat spoke to him, that we refused to speak to him for 2 weeks, he was on the phone with him for long periods of time, damn near every day at that point. Welcome
They
to
were welcome in the house. It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your name again?
This is what they told us about you too.
Well, everybody and I'm being honest, everybody on fucking Facebook, all this YouTube, all this TikTok, all this bullshit, they could take those fucking shows and stick them so far up their asses, and I hope they choke off.
Yeah.
There ain't a fucking one of them out there that have sit here and run us through the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire.
Well, we're so unhinged that they found some lady that has the same name as me.
So you see how Chris feels about YouTubers, right? If I was on fire, Chris, I would stop, drop, and roll. I definitely wouldn't want you to piss on me. Okay, so just know if Dolly ever bursts into flames, don't pee on me, because all you're doing is making it worse. Because then I'm gonna be pissed on and on fire. Okay, I don't think I want that. Okay, I think let me burn. Okay, I will roll until the flames go out. But if you dare piss on me, okay, we're gonna have some problems. When I'm gonna be burnt, mad as hell. Be like, dude, why are you? I gotta go to the hospital. Smell like piss now? Oh hell no! It's on like Donkey Kong at that point. Don't pee on me, damn it. Okay, that is horrible. That is absolutely horrible.
That murdered her child, I guess, in the early 2000s, and they're trying to say that that's me.
That's the problem with sleuths that don't have access to like actual databases, is that a lot of these like Truth Finder and all those like, the public access ones, there's mixed information.
Let me ask you this. You're going after sex offenders, obviously.
Right. That's
you have the access to scan the dark web for trafficking?
Yeah. I can get that done. Not me personally, but I know somebody, yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Please. I mean, you're not more for me, but
yeah, no, but is that how you feel? That's what you think is going on?
Everybody keeps talking about trafficking and trafficking and trafficking, and they just found 11 missing kids, and everybody's going after this whole sex offender bullshit. So if there's anything to it and someone took him and it's trafficking, where would they go?
Right.
Because if he were within 5 miles of this
now,
house.
Listen, I'm not trying to say that this dude is a saint or anything like that. All these people have said things that are bad. Okay. Except for Katie, because Katie don't never talk. But Chris has said bad things. Seth has said some horrible things. Right. So, I mean, at what point do we go, okay, well, these people are, they have some bad qualities about them. But at the same point, it ain't about if they're good people or how they talk. It's about finding the kid. And then when we find the kid, we'll find the answers. Because right now we don't have any answers. So we need Sebastian to get those answers. That's what I want you people to understand. If we find this kid, it may lead to how he got to where he's at.
There's no chance that he wouldn't have been found. None. Because I know every single group, agency, technology, everything that was brought in, there's no chance he was within 5 miles of this house.
Okay.
It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking, they used FLIR, they used vision, they used night. I mean, they did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways.
Yeah, Seth, remember that? He said we could go all F himself. He was working with Chris. Well, we need to get back to there, Seth. We need to get back to where everybody's working together. All the bad people have kind of been weeded out now. The people that didn't give a damn, the people that were opportunists, they're kind of gone. Now, let's build the bridge, the Find Sebastian Bridge. And if you want to cross the bridge, cross the bridge. But if you don't hinder the people that want to cross the bridge. Don't fight with these people. Don't do these. Whoever wants to come across the friendship bridge, come across the friendship bridge. And I call it the Find Sebastian Rogers Bridge. But if you ain't on the Find Sebastian Rogers Bridge, if it's just about this parent or the drama involved in it, don't come on to this bridge. We burnt that bridge down. Okay, that bridge got burnt. This is a different bridge we're building. All right? It's a different bridge. This is the Let's Find Sebastian Rogers Bridge. Now, you cross this bridge. It ain't a drama bridge. If you want drama, go to drama channels. This is we want to find this kid bridge. This is something new in 2026 bridge. And I'm building it by myself right now. So don't be trying to cross my damn bridge with your negativity. We want positive people. That this kid's going to be found. There's going to be a difference in this world. This is a good bridge. If you're an evil ass person, don't be trying to cross my bridge. Okay? Stay your ass on the other side. We want people with the same objective to group up to find this kid. That's it.
I don't think he's that close to home. Unless he's in a basement. I was begging them to search farther.
Okay.
This area has been canvassed.
Yeah, no trolls on this bridge. Y'all got to stay under the bridge where y'all belong. Okay. We're tired of trolls coming up onto the bridge. Anyway, let's bridge. You got to stay under. We're going to put a gate around the bottom of it so you can't get out. All right. You belong under the bridge, not on the bridge.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a mom too, baby. I get it. I do. I have a 15-year-old son as well. You're doing a good job of keeping yourself together.
Chief got
which some people interpret badly.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Every one of them spineless cowards ain't got the fucking balls to come over, call, ain't got nothing. All they got is a keyboard to put out there.
Oh, yeah.
Bullshit stories.
I wasn't trying to be hateful. It's just, there's so many people.
Why does it feel like this interview is cut up?
Yeah. So do you plan on releasing any of the footage and pictures that you took of the house?
No. That's for me. That's for my file.
There's not an inch of my house inside or out that hasn't been publicly posted. Just say you can find it. It's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures, regardless, you can find the pictures of every angle.
Yeah.
On still.
I'm sure.
Well, I will say this much. Before you make that trip to Memphis, I need to make sure, one, I'll be able to have the time to actually sit down and talk, because we have concrete floors, the chick flow, and those hours are longer than normal. So I don't want to sit up there and waste your time and your energy or your gas and stuff coming down here if I can't actually be to sit down.
Hey, let me get your guys' phone numbers, and can I just call you when I'm in Jackson tomorrow?
Send me a text.
Okay, what's your number?
83.
Okay. And Katie, what's your number?
Just send me a text right now with your name so I know. If not, I'll be like,
yeah. Okay, I will.
Yeah.
D, you are nuts. Sebastian will be found. Okay, don't put that negativity in the world. All right, how would you like it if somebody was up there saying that your loved one would never be found? That's horrible. That's horrible to say, D. That's terrible. Like, listen, what have we got in this world other than hope? I hope he's found. I don't want to think negatively. I'm right here telling you that I believe that if you put positive things in this world, you'll get positive things back. That boy will be found. He will be. When that is, that just matters how people operate. If people come together, I think he'll be found a lot quicker than he would be if people don't. But I tell you this, he will be found. I almost guarantee you that. So if you want to put your $1 million bet up, I would take your bet because this boy's going to be found and there's going to be answers for him. Sometimes it takes a little longer than others, but what happens in the dark always comes to light, and he will be found. And when he is, Dolly will be there for that justice, like I always am. So, you know, if you're a negative person and you know, I just pray that you're not right, D. Okay? I ain't saying that you're wrong. I just pray that you're not right. There's still a chance that Sebastian Rogers could be alive. Yes, I think that's a really, really small chance. You know, that's why I say the search parties are the most important to me. But listen, you could be right there too. And I pray you are right. I'd much rather this child be alive than be bones in a field somewhere. But if he is bones in a field somewhere, I want them bones found. Okay? The child needs the proper burial, just like every other child that's missing out here. It's pretty bad. Now, we're going to roll over into another story that's really, really similar to this. Really similar. And I think people feel a lot of the same way in this one as they do about Chris and Katie. And that's Jack and Lily Sullivan. This one, a little more fresh. Okay. A little more fresh. Over 6 months old now. So the pot's still cooking in this one. This one's still being sliced and diced apart. We done did that in Sebastian Rogers' case. Right? This one's a little more, you know, in this one too, I'm suspicious that the parents could have something to do with it. But like I say, in every case, I don't have any proof. I have my thoughts and my opinions on it, just like each and everybody else does. And where did these kids go? Where did Jack and Lily Sullivan disappear to? Not only did they have one parent home, they had the whole family home. You had Daniel was there. You had Malaya there. And now the only difference in these two things is one house was a drug house in Nova Scotia, and Chris and Katie got a $700,000. Right now, I say their home is probably $1 million home. Brick, nice neighborhood. Them houses start at $700,000, but I guarantee you that house is, they could get $1 million for that home they live in. And they're not on drugs. I can't speak completely. I don't know what Katie does. I don't know if she, you know, she's medicated or not. I can't say. But I'm talking as far as illegal substances like the Breaking Bad, right? That Daniel allegedly, and I'm going to say allegedly because trust me, I wasn't there. I didn't see him do it. Allegedly, according to Malaya, is on. And then you see this family, they kind of splinter apart on day one. They kind of break up and go their own separate ways. Totally different type of scenario, right? As far as the families and the the metrics of the families, right? Because Chris and Katie, through all this, they've stuck together. Daniel and Malaya, they split up and started pointing the fingers at each other, which is totally different than what we've seen happen in the Sebastian Rogers case. Okay. Now, just like we all have our suspicions, it hasn't really brought that child home yet. And I would have to say that there's more red flags in this case, Jack and Lily Sullivan, than a lot of cases we have covered. In my opinion, a lot of red flags. I mean, inconsistent stories from the beginning. I think, Katie's story, it's always been pretty much the same. She added to it a little bit, but it never really changed. Daniel Martell's story has changed multiple times. Okay, and I'm still not going to say he's guilty. I'm a little suspicious of the guy and Malaya, both of them together. I just think it's hard for a child to vanish like that with the grandmother behind, because if they would have went out the front door, you could say, well, nobody would have seen them. But if they went out the back door, you got the grandmother, Jenny, out back, and then you got Malaya, you got Daniel, and nobody's seen what happened to these kids. And according to them, they were only missing for like 30 minutes before they called the police. How far could children get in 30 minutes? I don't really think they could get that far in 30 minutes. And the amount of police that showed up from the RCMP was a major response and immediately started searching the area. And you would think, if a kid's got out into the woods, which is possible, I'm not going to say it's impossible that these kids could have wandered off into those woods and they've been overlooked, but you would think they ain't going to die immediately. And you got all these police out there. You would hear these children crying in the woods. When you're in the middle of nowhere, there's one thing that you can hear everything. Okay. You get in the middle of nowhere in the woods. You can hear a branch snap from fucking 300 yards away. Anybody that's been in the woods hunting or went deep into the woods, you hear everything. You'd be like, hey, you'll hear that shit because there's no other noise. It's not like being in the city to where there's noise pollution, okay, where there's cars and trucks and people screaming. You don't hear that in the middle of nowhere. That's why they call the holler, because you can stand on one top of the mountain and scream over it, and the person can hear you on the other side. That's why it's a holler. Okay? That's because you can hear all that in the middle of nowhere. You can be down a fucking road. This kid could be 5 miles down the road crying, and you could hear it in the middle of nowhere because there's no other sound. And sound does what? Can anybody answer that question? Scientific. What does sound do? Anybody? Anybody in chat for a good grade on a good grade? What does sound do? I'm waiting. I know there's a little delay, so I'll give you guys a minute to answer that question. Let's just see. All right, there's my first A in the class today. Sound travels. Okay. So you would have heard these kids. So I always had my suspicion that the kids never went into the woods. Now, does that mean that Daniel and Malaya did something? No, it means there could have been a kidnapper, but there was no Amber Alert. Their stories were, had plenty of red flags and holes in it to make me suspicious. Not that they've done it, but suspicious of it. And let's just say this. We're in the same boat as Sebastian Rogers is also, because nobody's looking for Jack and Lily anymore. The RCMP is. They did that last search with cadaver dogs, which I thought was a little long time to bring in cadaver dogs. Let's be honest. That was a little bit of a stretch of them, waiting so long to bring in cadaver dogs. But it is what it is. At least they brought them in. And of course, we heard Daniel say he would search to the end of days for Jack and Lily. But then we hear Malaya say, Daniel's not searching for the kids, which is weird because she's not searching for the kids. She's at the beach with her cousins, tanning and hanging out. But listen, I get that life keeps moving forward, but you shouldn't forget about your children. You shouldn't. There should be right now active search parties for Jack and Lily Sullivan, and there's not. Now, I can't get it into Canada, but I can get to Tennessee. If people want to, put that together and try to find Sebastian, I'm more than willing to help you on that one. Canada, I can't get into Canada. Not right now, anyway. We had to take some steps to get my ass into Canada. But people should be putting these search parties together, especially the people close to these kids. And it's the same way I feel about Sebastian Rogers. It's the people closest to him should be the ones putting these search parties together. Chris and Katie and Seth. Hey, I get y'all mad at each other, and I forget people done bad. Put that aside. Work together. Get teams of people out there to help you, and let's search for these kids. Same thing and same advice I would give to Daniel and Malaya. If you're not guilty, stop fighting. Put your egos and your pride to the side. Come together to help find Jack and Lily. Why can't these people do this? Right? Listen, like I said, me and my baby mama split up. We didn't always see eye to eye on hardly anything, right? But one thing we do see eye to eye on is the welfare of our child. We both love her, so we have that in common. So we would put any of our arguments over the years aside to find our child. There you go. That's the campaign we're running. Dolly Find Sebastian 26. That's a good campaign. That is it ain't got to be me find Sebastian. I just want Sebastian found. Okay? It don't got to be me that stumbles across. Anybody get out there. I just want to encourage people to look, to come together, put organized search parties together. Not all this random YouTubers in the woods, even me. I would rather be a part of a group of people that have the same interests. Let's get out there together and look together. Same thing far as Jack and Lily. The people closest to them should be putting these search parties together, and they're not. You know what that is to me? That is neglect. Okay, I ain't saying you neglected this child while they were with us, but you're damn sure neglecting them when they're not with us. Y'all got to remember that. If you ain't out there looking, you're doing your kid a disservice. You're doing your child a disservice. So if you loved this kid when it was with you, what can you show that same type of love right now? And the key word is love. This love has to be shown. Get out there and put these search parties together. And if people were working their asses off to find a child, they wouldn't have time to be talking shit. Because they would be out there grinding trying to find these kids. And if you ain't out there looking or have been out there looking, should you even be discussing this? If you ain't did your part to help, should you even be talking about it? I think the people that want to help and want to talk about it, I always say, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. Dolly Vision, I don't just talk about shit. How many times have I jumped on a plane? How many times have I got in the trenches? And if I can do it, you can do it. It's facts. So these people that promised they wouldn't give up searching and they would search to the end of times, they haven't kept their word. And all I'd like to see is for people to keep their word. Don't talk the talk, walk the walk. Let's make a difference, right? 2026 needs to be different than 2025. 2025, chaos and drama. 26, let's build us a bridge from 25 to 26 that are full of good people that want the same things and that's wanting justice and these kids found. If you want to start a drama channel, You can start one. They're easy. You just start a channel and you talk bad about BJ. Okay. Allegedly with Brittany J. That's all you got to do. You'll get plenty of views. Right. That's it. But if you want to make a difference, actions. All right, guys. And with that said, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm going to get me some dinner at 7 o'clock, 7:30ish. We will be back to do Thanksgiving giveaway. We're going to pick 2 families, buy those people Thanksgiving dinner. And at 9:30 tonight, we have one of the last shows before the final. It's the last show before the final of Turtle Island Season 6, where we crown our Turtle Island Season 6 champion. So if you're free tonight and want to hang out, 7 o'clock here, 7:30. We'll go 7:30. 7:30, 8-ish. We're going to buy 2 families Thanksgiving dinner. The whole thing, turkeys, pies, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, you name it. Okay. Make sure that they're fed for Thanksgiving. And like I said, 9:30 we'll be on Turtle Island, Dolly Uncensored. So you guys be good, stay blessed, and help me build the bridge of good. All right. Dolly loves you. Peace.